Welcome back to another edition of the Curtis Cascione Cook-Off, here once again at Supply New England's Kitchen and Bath Gallery. And of course, we want to thank our friends over at Dockside Seafood Marketplace for supplying us with our ingredients for Easter dinner. So Mark, we're going to start with you. What are you making for us?
Doreen, you know, ham and pork are traditional things to eat on Easter, but I'm going to do a very unusual recipe. This is a Chinese recipe. It's pomegranate pork shoulder, braised and roasted, and it's really tasty. First thing you do is you want to brown the meat, but you want to flavor the pan too. And I've got some oil in this cast iron skillet, and I'm going to put a combination of onions, garlic, and ginger, and they get that really nice and sizzling, and that's very fragrant. You'll start smelling that in the kitchen real quick. And because we're going to add a lot of liquid to this, so this is a dish that gets braised eventually, but you get all the flavors. You can smell it already, right? Especially that the ginger, yeah. Doreen, what I use for this is a pork butt. This is something that's, or a pork shoulder. This is something that's commonly used in making pulled pork, where you cook it all day in barbecue sauce. But this is kind of an Asian barbecue sauce. All right, what you want to do, Doreen, is you know, brown this on each side for about 4 or 5 minutes, get it nice and brown. That helps seals in the juice so that when you go to braise it later, see, that's nice and brown already on that side. You try and brown all sides of it, seal in the juices, and that way when you put it in the liquid to cook later on, it keeps the meat very moist and tender, and it just falls apart. This is fork tender. Like I say, it's like pulled pork. You just pull it apart with a fork. So let's take some of the sauces and pour them in. We get the soy sauce that goes over there, then the pomegranate juice. I mean, this has got such intense flavor, the pomegranate juice. And this will braise for hours, and then some nice red wine to sweeten it up. It's a very fruity sauce, and it's going to be very good. And then there's some peppercorns in there, and star anise and cinnamon sticks, and just a lot of flavor. It's delicious when it's all done.
All right, Mark, looks good, but let's head over to Cash and see what you've got cooking for us.
Traditional ham, Doreen.
Nice.
That's a very traditional Easter dinner. It can be easy to do, or it can be hard.
We like easy.
Easy. The way to do that is you buy what's called a spiral honey ham.
Great.
It's already pre-cut on the bone, and it also is cooked to a certain extent. You finish the cooking by putting it in a 275-degree oven, 15 minutes per pound. The trick to ham is you don't want it to dry out.
Right.
So you want to put a nice glaze on it and to add flavor. First thing that we'll do is take whole cloves.
Yep.
Stick them into the ham. You can put 15, 20 of them in there.
Okay.
Okay. Push those down. Then we'll sprinkle some nutmeg, generous amounts of cinnamon, and I mean generous. You want to cover the entire ham in cinnamon. And I like to finish it with some maple syrup.
Nice.
Okay? That gives the sweetness, and again, you're covering, coating, glazing. That's going to lock in some of the juices. You can tent it if you want with foil. I like to do that. So again, it won't allow it to dry out. You bake it. It's ready to go, and because it's pre-cut, it's very easy to cut the slices. It falls right off the bone, and you serve.
Yeah, who doesn't like easy when you've got a big crowd over for a holiday? I love taste test time. Mark, we're going to start with you, and you weren't kidding. It really does react like pulled pork. It really does fall apart. Here we go. A decidedly Asian taste. You weren't kidding. All right, Cash, a little more traditional.
Yes, indeed.
Right here.
Ham, Easter, they all go togetger.
It's so sticky, I can barely get it off.
Huh?
There
That's
we go.
all that good sauce.
It is. All right. Steve's the winner, just because it's the traditional Easter meal. I know normally I give points for originality. This is very good.
That would be good in Japan or in China.
But this is Easter. This is Easter ham. This is what you expect to eat on Easter.
It does look
Sunday.
good, though, I have to admit.
It is very tasty.
Very good.